Blade of Enmity, Alpha. Passive, Beta, Advance. When Alpha uses a skill, Beta will perform a follow-up attack and mark enemies hit. After Beta hits an enemy 2 times, it will lock onto them. Each time Alpha deals damage to a locked-on target, Beta will fire a laser at them, dealing true damage and applying a brief but powerful slow effect. First skill, Rotary Impact. Alpha unleashes an energy wave in the target direction, dealing physical damage to enemies in its path and slowing them. Beta then attacks enemies along the same path, dealing true damage. Second skill, Force Swing. After a short delay, Alpha swings his spear in the target direction, dealing physical damage and recovering HP for every target hit. Beta then attacks enemies in the same area, dealing true damage. Ultimate, Spear of Alpha. Alpha commands Beta to dive to the target location, dealing physical damage to the enemies and stunning them. At the same time, Alpha leaps towards the same location, dealing physical damage to enemies in his path, knocking them airborne and displacing them to the destination, while dealing physical damage and slowing them. Beta then blasts enemies at the location multiple times, dealing true damage. In the laning phase, slow the enemy with Alpha's first skill. Then hit them with his second skill to have Beta to lock onto them. Finish with basic attacks while Beta fires at the locked-on target.
You have slain an enemy.
In teamfights, use Alpha's ultimate to charge toward the enemy's key target and use his second skill. Follow up with his first skill to slow them and continuously dish out damage to the locked-on targets with basic attacks. When he has his enemies locked on, Alpha can deal huge sustained damage to them because the true damage from Beta works well against all targets. But Alpha's damage relies on landing his initial skills. If the enemy dodges his skills and Beta can't lock on, pull back and wait for another chance. Upgrade Alpha's first skill at level 1. Then prioritize upgrading his second skill afterward to decrease its cooldown and boost his sustain with the HP recovery effect. Try to hit as many targets as possible with his second skill to maximize the healing. Alpha's ultimate can also knock enemies a good distance, so position yourself to send targets into your team's kill zone. Use Flicker to get into the perfect position. Damaging enemies with Alpha skills allows Beta to keep attacking them to refresh the duration of the enemy's locked-on status. So alternately use his first and second skill to keep the enemy locked on for maximum damage from basic attacks. War Axe is Alpha's core piece of equipment, since his passive will continuously provide him with extra physical attack, and the extra attributes from it also synergize perfectly with him. Build Bloodlust Axe for him in the early game for Spell Vamp and Immortality in the late game to help him survive after engaging. We recommend the Vengeance battle spell for Alpha because the damage reduction will make him much more durable in fights.
Triple kill.
Flicker is also a good choice since Alpha's ultimate is his sole mobility skill. Flicker can provide another option when his ultimate is on cooldown. It allows him to get to the perfect angle for his ultimate.
Legendary. Double kill.
Alpha counters heroes that lack mobility, such as Layla and Ixia, because these heroes have a hard time avoiding his skills. Alpha is countered by heroes that are very mobile, such as Cho and Gujin, because they have lots of ways to dodge Alpha's skills.
Unstoppable.
Alpha works well with heroes that can initiate with CC, like Vexana and Selena. With their help, he'll have a much easier time lending his skills.
Shut down. Double kill.
In the early game, use Alpha's first skill and second skill to keep Beta locked on the enemy and wear them down with basic attacks. When the opponent's HP is low enough, use Alpha's ultimate to burst them down. In mid to late game teamfights, Alpha should focus on the enemy's key damage dealer and go in with his ultimate when the opportunity arises. Follow up with his first skill and second skill to lock onto the target and finish them off with basic attacks.